Bro, why is no one talking about Dr. Stone? It's literally one of the most unique, refreshing, and enjoyable new gen anime.
Does it have flashy fight scenes?
What? No, it's about mystery and adventure.
Does it have crazy animation like Demon Slayer?
Bro, it doesn't need crazy animation. It's literally focused on plot.
Then we will not be watching.
At least give it a chance. No! The beauty of watching an anime weekly is that when you finish watching the weekly anime episode, you can then go on Twitter or TikTok and see people discussing it or making memes about it. That sense of community is what really keeps me watching weekly. Also, you just don't want to end up getting spoiled. But ever since season 2 of Dr. Stone dropped, I feel like no one has really been talking about it, even though the anime is currently better than it's ever been. I remember when I first came across Dr. Stone and I was watching the anime weekly, and the only thing that I could think about while watching the show was, yo, this is basically Minecraft the anime. Dr. Stone is about a post-apocalyptic world where we follow our main character Senku, who's literally the smartest man alive, arguably even top 10 smartest anime characters of all time. All of humanity has been petrified and turned into stone, so as Senku awakens, his new objective has now become to rebuild civilization from scratch using science, where he goes through each stage of human life, from the Stone Age all the way to modern day, introducing interesting characters and mystery as the gang tries to figure out who even petrified humanity. This premise alone had me hooked. I remember talking to my friends about it after watching the first few episodes, and I genuinely thought this was going to be one of the greatest new gen animes in the future. I could not have been more wrong. Honestly, I can think of a number of reasons as to why Dr. Stone maybe didn't become as big as other anime that came out around the same time. The first reason I want to cover is the release time. The best way to describe this is like a rap album. You know when a rapper announces their release date and then 3 days later Drake says he's going to release on the same day, so now you gotta rethink whether you really want to drop your album at the same time as Drake because you don't want to be in direct competition with him. That's kind of what happened to Dr. Stone last year. Dr. Stone released alongside some straight up heavyweights: Demon Slayer, Promised Neverland, My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, Fire Force, Vinland Saga, One Punch Man Season 2, Kaguya-sama Love is War, and 7 Deadly Sins. Well, maybe not that one, but you get what I mean. 2019 was such a goated year for anime, so most people might not have been willing to pick up Dr. Stone or even give Dr. Stone the attention that it deserved. Everyone I know that watched Dr. Stone absolutely loved it, and those who didn't, we were kinda leading to my second point. Dr. Stone wasn't a traditional shonen. Dr. Stone is very much so a plot-driven mystery anime with a hint of comedy, and in a year where it was surrounded by so many great battle shonen, I feel like it was difficult to get its shine, causing it to have a loyal fanbase but silent fanbase. Dr. Stone is very niche. A lot of anime fans these days don't have the brain capacity to listen to Senku explain how to make a light bulb. A lot of people just want flashy bangs and bells with crazy fight scenes, so maybe a slower paced anime that focuses on a great storytelling and building an engaging narrative might not really fit the modern day agenda. When Demon Slayer episode 19 dropped, it was everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Even people that didn't watch anime knew about Demon Slayer. You could find the toughest, biggest frog you know and he'd probably be like, oh, Demon Slayer? Yeah, I watched that. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere, bro. Like, everyone was talking about this show. It's hard to get this kind of reach for Dr. Stone because it's difficult to try to explain to a non-Dr. Stone fan that Senku creating electricity is one of the most hype moments in the show. My point is that the show appealed to a whole different niche, and it's difficult to talk or really post about Dr. Stone compared to something like Deku using a serious punch in My Hero Academia. Another anime that suffered a similar fate, but not as drastic as Dr. Stone, is Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is an anime about Vikings where the main character Thorfinn starts off by seeking revenge for his dad and then slowly learns to accept himself, trying to become a better person. The drastic change from season 1's continuous violence, gore and action to season 2's more slow-paced character development and narrative-driven plot has caused some fans of the show to be upset because they think season 2 has become boring. And if you think this way, all I can say is that you are a smooth-brained orangutan only capable of enjoying soulless boom boom kapoom anime like Demon Slayer and My Hero Academia. Jokes aside though, I couldn't disagree more. I love both season 1 and season 2 of Vinland Saga, and I can even say that I slightly prefer season 2 a little bit more because we get a real deep dive into Thorfinn's character. But some people who only watch anime for the action and fight scenes would obviously be left disappointed. Luckily for Vinland Saga, the fanbase and anime still seem to be very much alive because the manga already had a built-up cult following.
We just met, and we've hardly even spoken. I don't have one enemy among these men. I have no enemies at all.
Selling a non-action based anime that isn't a slice of life can sometimes be hard, and I feel like Dr. Stone has drawn the short end of the stick. Dr. Stone still has a fan base, as this comment describes perfectly. Dr. Stone is just great, we don't need to hype her up. Dr. Stone fans are just chill like that. And as I'm recording this video, season 3 part 2 is airing, so I highly recommend giving it a watch, as it's one of my favorite anime and really just a breath of fresh air. If you're an anime fan that only watches shonen or sports anime, I'd highly recommend just expand your palette, because I used to be just like you. I used to only watch shonen. Anything else I didn't want to watch it. And then I started watching slice of life, seinen, romance, comedy, and I really started expanding my palette, and now I've found so many new anime that I otherwise wouldn't have found. So yeah, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Peace.